Hello everybody, today I am going to be telling the story on how I got my Gorilla Tag account. The full story. And you may be thinking, Void, I thought you didn't you start playing on MetaQuest 3? No, I did not start on MetaQuest 3. So, it was just one casual day at school, la 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 la. And it was at lunch, and there was this one kid that knew about Gorilla Tag. And I had a PSVR 2 at that time, so I see if I could find Gorilla Tag on there. He said it was a VR game and it was free, so I decided to see if it was on there. So I decided to get it. And my color code was originally not my usual color code like that. It was like much more lighter purple. So then I came out, and then I was always usually a purple monkeys, and I was actually pretty good at that time, but not at the start, at the very start. Like I just came down, jumped from tutorial, and blah blah blah, all that stuff. Then once I jumped down, I quickly learned how to move. I was doing this all the time until I came about this one mode, Infection, the mode that everybody plays. And you might be questioning, Floyd, why are you in freeze tag? Because it's my new favorite mode. Infection used to be, but I love freeze tag now. It's so cool. Anyways, I just jumped down. I was moving like everybody else does usually. This, one hand at a time, pretty quickly. And so then I learned. I learned how to pinch climb. I learned how to do double walls. I learned even how to do Metro Glitch from just this one random kid I found. And then I found my favorite map, mountains, because you could pick up snowballs and throw them at your enemies. And in mountains, I just came across Infection in mountains, and I was wondering, why do I keep turning into lava? And why do I keep unturning into it? And so I didn't say anything because, I just didn't. I felt like it would be too awkward. So then, after all this time, I got into a clan, and I hadn't even beat competitive course yet. And then, after a few more times later of teaching people how to do Metro Glitch, I finally found that, well, not really, I kind of already knew how to. This was way before I got into a clan. I actually found out how to change my color. Instead of this dinky old purple, I changed it to yellow. Because I was playing a lot of Fortnite at that time, And so it was the collab of Mortal Kombat. So I wanted to, and my favorite character was Scorpion. So with my clan, I had to make my name TCG Scorpion, and I had the cosmetics of a top hat, the bow tie, the Metro badge, the nothing on the arms, the donut, and the one classic glasses that you always see. And I did have the flag. It took me a little while to get. Instead of this, I don't have it. And it was pretty good times, And so, from just learning from school up to this point, you may think, Void, how did you get a MetaQuest? Well, I was kinda rich at that time, And so I had like around $200, so I wanted a MetaQuest 3 so bad, so And I originally thought the MetaQuest was for Xbox, not just for any console. They had no console other than the MetaQuest, so then it was perfect because I played Fortnite on my Xbox, and I had one, and a Series X to be exact, and I could do it in my room. So, but surprisingly, it was usable on just a TV. Well, not really. There's no really connection to anything. Like, you could be playing Fortnite right now while I'm playing Gorilla Tag, recording a video. So, once I had the $200, I thought about it for like one day, and I was like, yeah, I am definitely getting that MetaQuest. And my dad was like, yeah, sure, I'll just give me your whole bank account first. I was like, okay, for the greater good. Gave him my money. He took my money. Went to Best Buy, bought myself a MetaQuest 3, and went home, set it up, started playing Gorilla Tag. Got my account. Didn't have all my stuff yet, but my first cosmetic, other than the badges, was this scarf. Yep, I'm not lying. It wasn't my cowboy hat, wasn't the eyes, it was the scarf. And yeah, it was pretty nice times. And now I have this YouTube channel, so you guys just learned my whole account. So, wasn't that a good story? Should we end it now? Bye bye.